Hello everyone and welcome to channel Dueldo. I am Joel Excel and I'll be presenting another deck guide for you today. Our faction for this video is Nilfgaard, and Nilfgaard receives some interesting cards, but I think they're not competitive enough, but one of them is really good, and that card is Lydia. And other than Lydia, I'm not planning to use any of the other cards like Wilgefortz Renegade. It's just too memey. There has to be... We need to do something about this so that we can play him. And that's why, I'm gonna use the old Imprisonment list with a few revisions, I guess. Lydia is just too good to pass, so we have to include her somehow. And what did I do to include her? I removed Bribery, and Bribery is just too high rolly. I don't like the card personally, and Lydia is a good replacement for Bribery because she is also creating another spell. One of the disadvantages of not using that is Mano is kind of losing his value a bit, because you know Mano into Bribery is really good because you're drawing your gold tactic card. And well, I need one more provisions for that change. So what did I do? I also removed Amnesty. Syndicate isn't popular right now, so there isn't really good amnesty targets, and also whispers aren't being used as much as they used to be. That's why I decided to remove amnesty and bribery and instead added Lydia. There is a spell, you know, attached to her, and since I'm removing 2 spells, I wanted to replace amnesty with a 5 provision spell. I went with assassination, but the other you know, that cloak tactic is also good. Coded weapons. I went for the assassination. Sometimes it could be useful, you know, people don't expect it. But if this was an open list, I would have used coded weapons because it's better. But since I'm playing a ladder, people do not expect assassination. That's why I picked that. Other than that, the list is pretty much the same. Some versions were using double tournejaws and single diplomacy. Well, this one is really quite heavy on assimilate, so diplomacy is better. Besides, when you're facing, you know, Skeletal, you could always scoot across Simlas and play double diplomacy, just better compared to double tournejaws. And other than that, let's take a look at the other decks, other cards that remains on the list. The leader ability is Imprisonment, by the way. Before looking at the cards, you could also go for Double Cross, which is really viable. And if you're facing the Double Cross, you kind of lose, because you know Double Cross is an additional card that can play from our hand, which is really huge. Yeah, you gotta somehow bleed them, but it wasn't easy. I faced 2 Double Cross opponents and I lost. And other than that, this list is pretty good with Imprisonment. Having 2 luck in your hand, you know, is really convenient. And but you gotta pick your targets carefully, you know, because there aren't any other luck units in the list. Okay, so what about the rest of the deck? Well, Magic Lamp is the best stratagem here. Well, this deck is kind of reactive. There are not many proactive plays. There are proactive plays, but still you're looking for a target like Mage Torture, you know. You kind of want a unit on the opponent's side so that you can put spying status on it. But worst case scenario, you can put Mage Torture on a, you know, blank board. Still, there aren't many proactive targets, so Magic Lamp could be useful. Why? Because you can play your Emissary onto that, Tournejaws onto that, or you know, Deadman's Song onto your Magic Lamp. So, but you know, if the opponent responds to that, somehow you can struggle with finding a second proactive play. Still, proactivity is a problem. Playing on blue coin is a problem, but it's not the end of the world if you're playing, if you're drawing your cards. And don't forget that, you know, playing Blightmaker onto another, you know, empty board is totally fine. I mean, you're losing 2 points from your Mage Assassin, but it could be worth it sometimes. Okay, so let's take a look at the list. Arthur Terranova is the best card from the latest, I wouldn't say expansion, but part 2 of the expansion. So great card. And you're putting spying status on, you know, opponent's card. Yeah, this usually plays for a lot of points. Even if you're spying on a bronze unit. Joachim though, it should be here, for obvious reasons. Brathens is probably the best Nilfgaard card in the game. So, I mean, other than Hyperton, I think most of the Nilfgaard decks are using him. Vincent is a controversial choice. Well, it really depends on the meta. Right now, there's a lot of skill again. We see a lot of Veil units. So I think Vincent is pretty good just because of that. And you still have your leader ability, so just don't forget that if you can't put spying status or anything like that, then there are no big units with the status. You can always lock a big unit and then kill it with Vincent. If you have lock charge remaining, obviously. But against Swarm decks, Vincent is trash. I played against the Deadeye Ambush Swarm deck, which is really unusual for the ladder, but this is a bad matchup for me. You know, you don't want to put spying status or, you know, assimilate Elven Deadeyes, and there was no big units for Vincent, so it didn't work out well. So what can you put if you don't like Vincent, you know, instead of him? Well, Leo is a choice here. I would definitely recommend Leo if you're not happy with Vincent, but don't put Wilgefortz in it. It doesn't make sense. Wilgefortz is just too high rolly. People, you know, sometimes prefer to play Wilgefortz, you know, to save from provisions. They also put bribery, I guess, along with Lydia, and, you know, try to decrease the provision value, since Wilgefortz is 9 provisions. Anyhow, so the rest of the hand is pretty much the same in every assimilate deck. Invocation, coup de grace. Lydia is the new addition. Yeah, I think I forgot to talk about her, by the way. So Lydia is really great. She triggers assimilate engines because you're playing a spell card out of your deck. If you play her unranged, you play a bronze special card from your opponent's graveyard. So if you plan to play Lydia, please pay attention to the graveyard and then play her, because when you play her, the game doesn't allow you to check the opponent's graveyard. This sometimes happens when you play Joachim into Lydia, so you're not prepared for her, and all of a sudden you can check the graveyard. I think the game should allow you to hide the cards, and well, I don't think there's an interface for that, you know, thinking about it. Put her on either melee or ranged. So you gotta plan ahead before playing, you know, Joachim. What if Lydia comes? What am I gonna play? Something like that. Anyhow, I mean, playing this on range row is really great. Yeah, if there's a good special card in your opponent's graveyard. But if there isn't, no worries. You can play her in melee row and play a bronze special card from your opponent's faction. So it is kind of a experimental remedy on special cards. She has 5 power, so whatever you play, I mean, she's at least playing for 10 points at least. But it's usually even more, because you usually need to have some assimilate engines on the board, so Lydia could bring a lot of value to the board. I really like her. Menno isn't as great as he used to be in the previous list, because I removed bribery and amnesty, but he's still a good card here. I mean, sometimes you even, you know, go for assassination. And I mean, he's a thinning card. That's the main purpose here. And if you didn't draw your coup de grace, so he's your key to reaching that. Arturus Vigo is a pretty good assimilate card, because he usually creates another assimilate engine or triggers other assimilate engines. So what are our bronze choices? Because, you know, Arturus Vigo play a power copy of a bronze unit from your starting deck. Our bronze choices are Blightmaker. If you didn't draw him, putting Blightmaker on the board could be really good. You know, playing him for 1 power instead of 4 isn't really a big game changer. The worst selection is Mage Assassin, obviously. But I mean, he is in the list. It's one of the bronzes. The third bronze option is Mage Torture. She is pretty good, you know, assimilate. with 1 power, but I mean, if your opponent is playing pinks, you could die, obviously. But if your opponent isn't playing, this 1-powered Mage Torture could develop into a 5/6. And there's also the Informant and Emissary package to support Bradens. So these two options are actually better because they're already 1-powered. So playing Vigo into Duchess Informant or Emissary is probably the best option. And we have Deadman's Tongue, amazing thinning card. You know, if you draw this card, you usually win the game in the first round. That's great. Because when you enter the third round, you know, there aren't many cards left in the deck. Thanks to playing Deadman's Tongue. And what are your Deadman's Tongue targets? You know, you need to remove 2 bronze cards. Suppose you played one of the Blightmakers and you played your Mage Assassin somehow, maybe copying Nilfgaard's card. You could remove one of the Blightmakers sometimes. Depends on the opponent, you could remove Remedies. Assassination is primarily the target because it's the worst card in this list. I would definitely removing this unless you're playing against a, you know, heavy engine deck, you know, like Northern Realms. Assassination could be useful. And Diplomacy and Tourney Joust, those are all your options, but I wouldn't recommend removing units unless it's Blightmaker or the remaining the Mage Assassin or something like that. Because with Joachim and all the consistency cards in this list, you're drawing every unit in the deck. And you could sometimes face an awkward situation, like you're gonna play your Joachim or maybe coup on Joachim, but you check your deck, there are no units left. Actually, I mean, there are some units, but these are not actual units, so Joachim cannot pull Duchess Informant and Emissary. That's why it says 16 units, but it's actually 14 units. Okay, so those are my tips playing Vigo and Deadman's Tongue. And Fur card is also another thinning card. There has to be a special card in your hand, and he puts spying on units. When to play him is kind of an important decision, because after you play him, if you keep playing special cards, you distribute spying tags to random non-spying enemy units, so that could be helpful. Sometimes you want to play him like the last card in the round or something like that, if you want to, you know, if there's valuable, you know, special cards like Invocation and Coup de Grace. But if you're gonna just play Diplomacy, I would definitely recommend playing him on the first round because it helps thinning. And the bronze cards are, I talked about them all. So the double Blightmaker, double Experimental Remedy, a single Assassination, double Mage Torture. She's really good in this list. Yeah, I mean, she's a really good fit with Terra Nova. A single Duchess Informant, double Diplomacy, and double single Tourney Joust, double Mage Assassin, and the single Emissary. These are our bronzes. Well, you could try something else. I mean, but I would definitely recommend putting Lydia. I think some people, you know, remove Menno and still keep Bribery, but Menno is really good. I mean, for thinning your deck. Maybe they remove Vigo. That could be an option as well. But I really like this list. I am happy with it. But don't forget, you can try Double Cross as well. It does the same thing. The only downside is you don't have Lux in that deck. But the big advantage is you get to play your opponent's leader. I mean, not leader, but from your opponent's hand. And there, I mean, some matchups really could be good for you. But sometimes you get total garbage from your opponent's hand, so you're not guaranteed. Okay, so that's all about the deck introduction. And don't forget that if you don't want to hear me talk about the deck and so on, you just want to skip the games, I mean, I'll put the timestamps on the video. You can always click them and go to a specific match. And the games that I shared with you guys in this video are quite fun. I would definitely recommend watching them because interesting things happened. And I don't want to spoil anything, but they were really fun. Okay, so see you at the end of the video. Okay, it's been a while since I played against warriors. I wonder if they're using the Fukushia card. Fuxia or whatever it is. I think it could, she could go really well there. Well, Remedy will be useful later. So I gotta get round control, try to bleed out the ice, I guess. Okay. Well, that's a good spy target. Let's put this.
Do I enjoy torture? Perhaps a bit.
I didn't want to play Blightmaker because 2 damage will go to waste. At least I will have a chance here if we play something more. Actually, I should have gone for Tourney just. Yeah, that would have been better. Lovely. Well, we have to play it then. Another great sword, okay. Now I'm gonna do that.
The Empire will be victorious.
Still no use of stratagem. Wait, what? Why the hell would you use that? What is this? Are you kidding me? What the hell is this? Okay, sure. This is gonna be fun. Zero, interaction with a leader ability. What the hell is this? Well, I'll take a risk here. Okay, that was the card I was looking for actually. For Melusine. So he's gonna play Fuxia for probably later in the last round probably. Oh, Jesus. So it's 9. I'm gonna lock it and assassinate it. I don't want to spend Winston on that. Unconventional way of killing defenders. Well, I don't have invocation, so that's a huge problem. What monstrosity is this? So I lost my 2 games with an elf card, so I'm below 2400. It's normal, I guess. Let's just blast that ship.
A fine vintage it would have made.
Okay. We could see anything here. This could even be a non-devotion deck. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, opponent's not passing.
I can do a great deal more for you.
Looky here.
I'm gonna
Suffering in no
spy that.
You'll be a count once I'm done with you.
Well, he didn't use a stratagem in the first round, so maybe he drew Birna. Birna could be really bad here. I'm gonna use my last leader charge and hopefully I don't regret it. Okay, there is a discard.
Listen well.
Okay, gotta use some cheap cards, but I think the opponent will keep playing, so I'm gonna use this first before playing the remedy to get some assimilate value.
You will not regret this, good sir.
Well, this is an additional assimilate engine, but it's only one, so I think I'm gonna get this.
Her grace will not be pleased.
Besides, this could be useful to set up a coup de grace. The opponent has entire leader. So what is this bullshit? Well, can't allow whatever nonsense is the opponent planning. Okay, so this is the nonsense. Okay, gotcha.
Your body is stronger than your steel.
Okay, let's try to hit that as much as we can. And I think we'll Joachim, or I could play what Great Sword here. Great Sword will get instantly killed. So I think Joachim is the choice here. Okay, that's good. Is there a... Well, it sucks that I can't look into the graveyard. I don't remember what was. We'll just then do this.
'Tis merely an illusion, though granted, strong and skillfully imposed.
Okay, I don't see Arnigat. What happened to him? Okay, he played Sacrifice right as well. So what is he gonna do next? Oxia? He's got the entire leader though. Okay, he's just trying to trade bronzes with golds.
A highly curious case.
Which one is better? Great Sword or... I think this creates more points.
I speak for the land to sea, and the lady is content.
I should have done this first.
All it takes is a weak sacrifice.
So if I play coup de grace, I'm drawing 4 cards. And 4 cards will draw nothing. It's really sad. Yet. I mean, I could pass here. If I pass, he plays iced. It's gonna be 4, 16, 28. So it's, no, 4, 16. He's gonna kill this. 27. So I'm up by 18. Ah, screw it. I'm gonna hero pass. Fuck you. If he wins, he wins. I mean... Oh. I'm not gonna get a GG probably. So let's send it. Okay, facing Invigorate. Okay, so I don't think this is a great matchup. I mean, opponent's units, all hand boost units, and boost doesn't really fit well. Okay, so turn just I'm on red coin, enchanted armor. Okay, so no stratagem. I could kill and then maybe play with experimental remedy. Okay, so we got access to most of our... I could play assassination with this. Oh, that's big.
Show me the coin or sod off.
I don't want to lock it right away, but I think I have to. But first, let's maybe play this. I don't know. Let's spy this.
If I insert a needle here, what then?
And I gotta save my other leader, definitely. Here comes the leader. Okay, so assassination.
Nothing will stop us. Target acquired.
At least we're preventing the hand boost to get out of control. So apparently the opponent didn't draw Danka. So 2 of the hand boost engines are gone. Here is the other leader charge. If he plays Danka, I'm definitely Vincenting it. Vincenting it.
Essaya Darien and Dolgethan.
I am going to do this. It doesn't kill her, but she needs boost. Here comes Simlas for the double harvest. So what are the options? There is another sorceress, I think I'll pass. Yeah. The other looks like that movement card.
Illusions.
So he probably had to boost torque. That's why he's choosing that. This is a great experiment or remedy target. Should I keep playing it? I think I should. I shouldn't kill. I mean, is he gonna bleed me? That's the question.
What is truth if not an illusion? The shame I have made.
Let's do this and, you know, protect the assimilate engines. Okay, that's gonna trigger her ability. That's a very good find. Although the 4P selections are limited. So that's really normal. That could have been Caress actually, and you know, would have been a really good choice as well. Hey, there's Simlas or Ku. Okay, unfortunately my simulate engine is gone.
Why should I, an elf, a sage, converse?
Okay, let's thin out our deck. It's not boosted, it's 5 order. This is better. Rushing trap. Not great. What about this? Vitality. 7. I think this is better.
Oh, I'm feeling sleepy, grumpy, dopey, and bashful.
More N.
Mother will be proud.
I don't want to play Joachim, there's too much risk at stake. Besides, I already used the coup de grace. I could experimental remedy for the Hawker Smuggler. It's, I mean, there's a 25% chance that Joachim will get boosted. I don't like that. But I think I have to take that chance.
My prescription, a bit of blood then.
Please don't boost this. Thank you. Here comes Ethne, chunky.
Time of the white frost and white light.
Okay, Bountiful Harvest seems like a good choice here.
Please pay no heed to my faith.
I think this is the best option. Oh, I didn't pay attention to the boost. Luckily, I didn't pick the left one.
I never miss.
This is going great for me. Opponent will keep playing the boosted units. I couldn't be more happier.
Keep a stiff neck.
Dunka.
The only good one is a dead one.
I'm gonna take this risk. It's definitely worth it. And that's an amazing find there.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
And the boosts are great now this time.
This is not what we agreed.
Let's just kill that.
You simply must pay my estate a visit one day.
And that's probably... I know what that is. Sheldon Skaggs. Artot Ternoa is getting huge. And the opponent just concedes. That's why Invigorate is kinda bad. Leader ability. Okay, someone's trying out Stockpile. It isn't good. Spoiler alert. But still, we could lose because we have no idea about the deck. So this deck kind of relies on what opponent, knowing what opponent is playing. So when I'm facing, unknown decks, I kind of struggle. So this leader is all about cooldown. And we're probably gonna see Siege here. Hopefully we can win an even with this sense, because it is kind of good. The only thing missing is Deadman's Song. And the opponent plays really slow.
If you could just sign the confirmation of receipt.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Trying to secure it. I could do a similar thing, but I think Marine is a better target for Dutch's Informant. But even before that, let's just play the other one.
A fine vintage it would have made. Truly electrifying.
I'm trying to put my units on melee row. Because who knows, maybe opponent will respond with Siege. Or Chariot, okay. So that's a cooldown. Okay, so let's put this here, so if he plays
Not spill blood to make you suffer like never before.
Boiling Oil, Blightmaker will get healed. And we got ourselves a Chariot, just in case. Playing this, I wouldn't say a huge mistake, but It is a misplay in my opinion, because you are really prone to losing uneven. I mean, I'd rather play it with Amphibious Assault, but apparently he doesn't have one. Okay, another Marines, so 7 points is not bad. Okay, what a valuable card this has become. So let's thin our deck a bit. Or maybe before that, I'm gonna use my Informant here. And let's fill the melee row while we're doing it. Maybe I should play my Paradons, but he's kinda valuable.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
Who should I boost? Yeah, so that's a lock. You need to use Crystal Skull on that though. And probably I'm gonna invocate it if he uses that. Yeah, that's what will happen. Okay, opponent's getting crazy here. Use 2 leader charges. Okay. Do not lose uneven. Okay, so let's calculate here. So 17 point difference.
Your name, young man, demands you be cursed into an urchin.
Let's clock this row.
Everyone has their secrets. Everyone.
Oh, wait. Where did I put this? Oh man. I was supposed to... Can't get it back.
And it's all for me grog. Me knocking grog.
So, no room for the volunteer. He doesn't care. Winch. Just terminating everything here. Since you're being naughty about it, I'm gonna take that. If I like it, it won't matter. I wish I was paying attention to soldiers and crew pockets. That could have been useful. As I said, I mean, you gotta really know how to play your opponent's deck when you're playing this. So the opponent's without a leader. Goes for the defender.
Black-clad hides at Sodden will tan their black-clad hides again. They will dance to our beat, sing to our tune.
Cinchine Enchantress, Patience, and boost adjacent units by 2. It's better, I guess.
couch were to know no end of horrors.
We could go for coup de grace here. No, you just play this. Yeah, I think coup de grace will be useful later. Wait. Okay, doesn't matter. But still, I wasn't paying attention to the defender. This is not a bad hand. Or should I? Yeah, there are not enough units for Joachim in case I draw him. This one could be better. Or Terra Nova. Or that's just, yeah. Oh, do I really bleed against this deck? Opponent really played a lot of stuff, but there's Siege, so I gotta get Siege out. Siege in the long run could be really dangerous. He'll start first and somehow I gotta get it out. So I'm gonna do this then.
Egreto dum anime est, spes est.
Well, there isn't good targets here. Oopsie daisy. That's up. He doesn't get boiling oiled. I mean, maybe I should have started with Arthur Terno, but or Chariot is the best option. So, well, I could have waited for the, I guess, deployability to them. Queen Adalia, okay.
Destiny is unswerving. Cheated. It will not be.
Nothing will stop us.
Let's just kill that. Hey, this is a soldier. This is a soldier. I could have put them next to, but okay, Natalis, amphibious assault.
Speak its last.
Wait, what? Oh, we can create our stuff.
Gotcha, puppy.
Dangerous card.
It's not about why. It's about why not.
Wait, okay, he's not playing that. So if I played on range row, bronze special, so what are the bronze specials here? Winch. Well, Lynch, I have a cooldown, but I don't think it's good enough. So I'm gonna by boiling oil.
Pay no heed to my face.
Okay, this is a good one. This one is pretty good too. Boosted unit, also small bounty, but it's not a Witcher. Rune word could be really good here. I'm gonna try that. Hmm.
Bang, kaboom. Shit, how'd that go?
There's no way I'm letting that. Finally. The question is, can you make all these points? You probably needs 2 cards. Because there's bleeding here. Okay, with Shiny he can do it.
Be glad to displace.
Well, apparently no. And that's seed, we know what that is. Okay. So he just wanted to make sure that he draws something well. The other option wasn't working out. Okay, there's Joachim. Yeah, I have the targets here. I just don't want Adams. Okay, this is good. So 33% of getting Vincent here. I just cannot play this on a... Let's take a look at our options here then. I just have to take a chance here. Yeah, that's good.
I know the truth. I simply want you to admit it.
Okay, so if it's Vincent, I'm totally fine. Because there's a spying tag here. It is Vincent, that's nice. Oh, so the sequencing wasn't right. Oh boy, that's really bad. Well, I told you this stockpile leader still needs some rework. Well, that's the Marian specimen. Okay, he was trying out this deck. I'm glad I got to play against him. Good guy. And I think that concludes my video. So hopefully I have enough material. And I hope you like the content that I'm sharing with you. Tony of Card is still powerful, especially with the addition of this Lydia cards. And I will probably be playing this or Double Cross, or maybe still go back to the Hyper Thin deck. I really like playing that deck, so who knows what will happen. Time will tell. Okay, so thank you for watching and hope to see you on another Duello video. Bye bye.